Jake here for American Trucks. In this video, I'm taking a look at these factory-style fender flares in smooth black, fitting 2004 to 2008 F-150 style signs that were originally equipped with factory fender flares. If you're looking for an economical and simple replacement for your stock fender flares, whether your old ones are looking tired or you just want to spruce up your truck a bit, these are going to be a great way to make that happen. One quick note on fitment before we get too deep in here. These are only going to fit these style side trucks, not flare sides. These are also designed to fit trucks that already have fender flares equipped on them, such as the FX4 models. Now we do get the question about whether or not you can install these on trucks that don't have factory flares, and while you can, just know that it's going to require drilling. For our purposes in this video, we're going to be discussing and showing installation on a truck that came with factory flares. So if yours didn't, just know that you're going to have to do a little bit of extra modification to get them fitted. Now sometimes things just wear out and your fender flares can take a serious beating over the years given their location on the truck, even if you're not out hitting trails all the time. Now despite what you might see up here on the table, this is actually a set of 4 flares. You get 2 for the front and 2 for the rear. Now these are meant to mimic your factory flares down to the size and finish. So they measure about 3 inches in width at their widest point, so they're gonna fit just like your originals. So that means they're gonna sit pretty flush to the body of the truck. They don't stick out too far like pocket style flares or some of the larger ones on the market, but they do give you a little bit extra width. And again, they're meant to look like OEM flares. They keep things relatively subdued, so if you're not going wild with your fitment where you need the extra coverage, these are really gonna do the trick for you and keep your truck looking nice and slick and clean. They also, of course, give you some coverage to protect the body of your truck against damage and debris and allow you to keep that more rugged look without going overboard at all. Now, while these particular ones we're looking at come in this smooth black colorway, they're basically just plain plastic. You can also color match them or paint them a contrasting color should you want to go that route instead, so it gives you a little bit of flexibility either way. The flares are constructed from polypropylene, making them lightweight, strong, and also inexpensive. That smooth black finish here again means that they can be mounted up on the truck just as you see them here, or again, they can be painted whatever color you want. And now these are pre-drilled as well, and they come with all the hardware you need to get them installed already on the back here, so it makes for an easy installation process. Again, provided that your truck has fender flares on it already. But we're gonna talk more about installation momentarily. Now again, this is a full set of 4 flares, 2 for the front, 2 for the rear. For the sake of spacing, I only have 2 up here on the table, but the full set is gonna come in at about $200. And that makes these one of the most affordable options out there for fender flares for this gen of F-150. And the entire set is significantly less expensive than even just one flare from Ford themselves. Trust me on that, I checked for you. So if you want to get your truck back to looking factory fresh or just give it a nice little sprucing up, these are a budget-friendly way to accomplish exactly that. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should take you about an hour to complete the job. Now, like I mentioned earlier, all the hardware is included and these are pre-drilled, so these are just going to swap directly on in place of your factory flares. So the process is overall pretty simple and straightforward. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if your truck does not have flares from the factory, you can still get these installed. Just prepare for it to require drilling and also more time. But with that, let's hand things over to one of our AT customers who's gonna walk you through the install process.
Here's the tools that I used and need. Wrench, 10mm socket, 2 pairs of pliers. We just need one. Fastener, puller. You guys are just gonna be removing these fender flares, these old worn out ones, and replace them with some new ones. First thing you wanna do is take out these little clips right here. I'm gonna be replacing them, so never very gentle. That one actually came out. You get it? Grab your pliers. There are 4 underneath the front fender flare. And if they're old, you may just break off. We're definitely gonna need some extra ones. they look like this. Now, next thing I do is remove 2 bolts that are right here with a 10mm wrench and socket. One. Two. Now that you have that off, these will just pop right out. Sometimes they like to stay in the hole. And she's off. A little bit of brute strength. I'm just gonna pull these out, clean it up. Now with your needle nose, if you broke any of these fasteners off, the fender fasteners, you can pull them out or push them through. Your choice. Alright, got some all-purpose cleaner. Now, this one has these nice caps on to protect it in shipping, so you gotta remove those. And then your front 2 are gonna be bolts. You just gotta take the nuts off. Okay. Line up the bolts. Found if you put a couple of these fasteners in, line them up and push, makes putting the bolts on a little easier. Mosquitoes are coming out, that's nice. Alright, now we got started. I'm gonna replace all the fasteners. Just gonna line up some of these holes. One. Can reuse a couple of these old fasteners that actually didn't break on me. And there we go. All new and pretty. Now to do the rear one. Well, you gotta push it on there. If you look down the top, you can see where the pins are. That one's done. On to the rear one. There are 2 10mm bolts right at the bottom on both sides. I'm going to take those out first. might be a little tight. So I might throw some lube on there, make it a little easier. I have been on there for 13 years. Just throwing a little lube on there to make it a little easier. And you just take the 10mm socket and take that bolt out. One, two. Ooh. It's really rusty. Okay. Let's see how many we got here. One. One broke off. Two. They tend to break off. Not too worried about it since we did buy some replacements, which I definitely suggest. Go. Those are all out. Now you can just pull her off. There she go. Just gonna take some pliers. Pop these guys off so they can come off with the fender filler. Ford made these really well. Trying to scratch truck doesn't really matter because you're underneath the flare anyway. Don't go on the other side. There we go. Just gonna wipe her down again. I think the best thing about these fender flares, these are the second pair I've purchased. The first pair I got from China, and the China ones just have like a sticky tape instead of these pins, the holes. There's fasteners on the top. These are really nice, just like the factory. They're perfect fit for my truck. Just gonna get it started. Put a few of the fasteners back in there. It's a little easier. These fasteners I got at a local auto parts store. They also sell them online. You can buy the original Ford ones, whatever you like. I just wanted to get this done today, so I got the ones that were available to me. Alright, I'm getting these 10mm bolts secured. And tighten those up. truck look so much better. I just like the classic look. I didn't think about the bolt-on ones, but this is very easy, especially if you don't buy the China ones. I got all of them. It's all secure. You just push these in and you're good to go. Beautiful.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the factory style fender flares in smooth black, fitting 2004 to 2008 F-150 style sides. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, for all things F-150, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.